So Ricardo, thanks for joining us today. Please just tell everyone who you are and what you do and where you do it.
I'm Ricardo Antuna. I am responsible for business development at Nexenta.
And what does Nexenta do?
Nexenta is the market leader in software-defined storage.
How do you partner with IGEL? Why are you part of the ecosystem?
We are a vendor that provides a very unique option for customers who are looking to deploy desktop virtualization. And with that said, then we try to be close to all the vendors in that market segment.
And can you talk a little bit about what's unique about your offering? Because some people may not know you, and here how they're going to find out.
Storage is usually the culprit in desktop virtualization deployments for being the high cost, performance challenges, and all that. We have a solution that is software only. We give the customer the freedom to select the hardware where they want to run it, whether it's Dell, whether it's HPE, whether it's Cisco, whether it's Supermicro, whether it's Lenovo. So that enables the customer to get the performance and scalability they need on the hardware they prefer.
And so now, in partnership with IGEL, working with them, where's the space going? Obviously, storage is a big issue, and end user is a big issue.
Right. My humble opinion, this space is fast going to the cloud, and if people can run critical applications in the cloud, they can absolutely run their desktops and they can run their applications. And that's where I think things are going, right? So the terminology, I guess, in this segment is desktop as a service.
So what do you see the opportunity? IGEL's out there. We think they have a pretty unique offering in the market. Where do you see it?
The uniqueness of the IGEL business model today is that they also, just like Nexenta does, right, for the back end, enables the customer to have the freedom and the control of selecting what hardware they want to run. Ultimately, you care about the environment and the user experience and how you manage and secure that environment independently of the hardware. And we have a common philosophy with IGEL. IGEL has it for the endpoint, we have it for the storage. One
of the big issues that you're dealing with is that there are more and more people bringing their own devices to work, and they want to be able to work those devices. So you have to be able to deal with that from a storage perspective. And IGEL has to deal with it from the user experience and security perspective. Where do you see kind of meeting together in the middle? So
the ability to be able to use different types of devices and have access to any application anywhere has a strong dependency on the back-end infrastructure in the data center or the cloud. Nexenta can run on any hardware in the data center. Nexenta can run virtualize on top of any virtualization platform, and Nexenta can also run on the cloud, on AWS, on Google Cloud, on Microsoft Azure. So flexibility on the endpoints, flexibility on the back end.
Are there any industries that you're specifically targeting?
We are very, very successful with public sector. We're very successful with healthcare, and we are also successful with media and entertainment.
And what excites you about kind of this new world? Like, we're passionate about kind of end user computing because it's putting power, it's putting an experience right out at the end user. What excites you about where it's all headed?
The part that is exciting today is this transition to the cloud, right? And customers being able to have more options than they ever had before on how to run this, where to run this, and how to deliver what their end users, their customers need to be able to do their jobs.
Are you selling with IGEL? So do you go into a customer together, or is one of you usually in first and you're tagging the other in?
The customers usually make a decision to move away from traditional desktop computing and going into virtualizing desktops and using solutions like IGEL. In that journey, they will have to pick the endpoint. Usually that's the largest component of the cost structure for very large deployments, thousands of users. But eventually they need to go and select the storage backend to do this. So we usually go together to find these opportunities and work them. And as I said earlier, we we have a common philosophy that makes sense for endpoints and makes sense for the storage.
You talked about the fact that what I would call platform agnostic, that IGEL has. Is there anything else that you see that's unique about their kind of service plus hardware, or software plus hardware solution, but software first?
IGEL is given a message that is resonating very, very well with customers, is the fact that by separating the hardware from the software, the customer will have the flexibility and not be able to be locked into the hardware platforms from any vendor. With that, if they want to run it on the data center, they can. If they want to run it on the cloud tomorrow, they can that too, and transition from one to the other without any constraints.
Ricardo, it was great talking to you. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Doug.